receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints and rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, watch the ball. Slam.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. 5 yards on the game's first play. 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Kamara try the right side. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Watkins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Vincent gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early. because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Watkins. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let it go. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Vincent. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 40 now on second down. Mayfield. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's third down. And 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Set. 180. Pistol. Ringer, guys.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hurry. Hey, alert.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, he's going to fire one deep. That's caught at the 25. A big third down play there for the Jags. 42 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it in with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 36-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Check 43.
On first down, Vincent. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On third down, Mayfield. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
First down, Jacksonville.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check three, check three, check three. Five.
Operating from the gun, Watkins. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
On the default. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On the ready.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, lock it. Not today, you are. Get it.
A final shot before break. Watkins flush to his, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a give, right side, Vincent. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run on 1st down. Vincent. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Vincent. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Good. 180. King.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. 10 yards, good for his Saints. 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Pull it high. Check.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Watkins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ready, break.
54. Mike 54. Watch the screen.
Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watkins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Yeah.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 6-man.
Smooth. 5.
To throw on 3rd down. Watkins. He sets to fire. It's caught inside the 25. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
We own them. 97's the mic. 97's the mic.
Hey,
Back up. Go now.
Looking to throw. Watkins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Point it right.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over, and that's caught inside the 35. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Yeah, get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. And again this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now a give, right side. Vincent. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Watkins. He finds his target, Beckham. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Eluding the pressure right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 47-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To throw on 2nd down. Watkins. Now they go screen. It's complete. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, Watkins throwing middle, but it's in. Complete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Nice, sweetheart. Hey, Charlie. Watch twins. Right there.
Throwing again. Watkins. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down, forthcoming.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Jaguars 24, Saints 10.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Operating from the gun, Watkins. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They call it no gain there on the first down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And that's caught inside the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Set up. 8, read. Leo.
On first down, Watkins. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Watch 54. There we go. Watch twist.
Hey, Delta.
To throw again, Watkins. This is caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Bravo.
From the gun, Watkins. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up second and 4 at the 11-yard line.